Good morning, good morning, good morning, and thank you so much for joining us this Friday, the 3rd of July, on yet another episode of our weekly youth forums powered by Co-operative. We're super excited. Today is our 21st episode, and of course, I want to say a very big thanks to our online community, every single one of you that has been with us throughout this journey. We say a very big thanks to you, and we do hope our conversations have been impactful to you. And just in case this is your first time here and you do want to catch up on all the fantastic conversations that we have had so far, you can do that by going back to our social media platforms. We are Co-operative Kenya on Facebook, on X, and on YouTube as well. And you will be able to catch up on all the conversations that we have had so far. It's always a pleasure being with you every single Friday morning. My name is Violet Angina. Now, today we are going to be talking about something that I'm super passionate about. Now, you all know, or rather most of you know, that I am a farmer. Sasa zile sijaka hapa mbele ya mic, niko mahali na jembe yangu kwa shamba. So today we do want to talk about how we young farmers can protect our agricultural investments. Now, it's very exciting to be a farmer. Unaenda unatafuta mbegu yako, you propagate, it becomes a seedling, you take it to the farm, unapanda, unaeka mbolea, you do your irrigation, unachunga mambo ya pests and diseases, and then after a particular time inakuwa tayari, you harvest, you go to the market, you sell, you make your money, and the cycle continues. It is such a joy being part of the community that feeds the nation, but at the same time, kama kuna kitu ambayo inaweza kuonyesha dust, it definitely has to be agriculture. Kuna wakati utapanda tu vizuri, umeinvest vizuri, alafu mvua iamue haitakuja. So what happens? You lose your agricultural produce. Ama mvua iamue itakuja, lakini ikuje kwa wingi. So what we are facing becomes floods. Wakati mwingine haitakuwa mvua, haitakuwa drought, it will be pests. It could be diseases, it could be theft. There are so many unfortunate circumstances that happen to farmers. And that's why today we are asking you, in case you face these scenarios, which of course zitakusukuma nyuma kama mkulima, how prepared are you? So that's why our topic today is protecting our agricultural investment through livestock and crop insurance. And to talk to us about that, we do have our expert this morning, Chris Gitonga, a familiar face. He's been with us again. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Gina.
How
and
are
good
you
morning
today?
to our viewers.
How
I'm
are
good,
you?
thank you.
We are happy to have you again today. Tuongelele mambo ya insurance when it comes to ukulima. Now, Chris is an insurance expert at Co-operative. Thank you so much for making time to be with us this morning. Umetupangia nini sisi kama wakulima leo?
Ni furaha kubwa kujiunga nasi katika kipindi hichi ambacho ni muhimu sana kuongelelea livestock and agricultural insurance. This is the best topic you can have because millions and billions of people in the world need to be fed. That feeding must be protected until you get your maximum yield. Here, the topic is for you.
So
that dream you wanted to meet.
All right.
That journey you wanted to walk in terms of farming. We are here to take you through what you need to know.
Great. So there's a young farmer tayari ashakuja ako hapa lakini amesikia the insurance wacha niondoke. Before aondoke, what can you tell them? How important is this conversation to a young farmer?
Well, the young farmers in Kenya and beyond, farming is the greatest single business you can do that many have not ventured into. It's $1 billion business. It can help you meet all your dreams. Most of the things that you spend, they are not that costly. You will be able to produce and get your yield. But for you to get that yield, you must protect it until the harvest.
Right.
Insurance is the most important tool to take you that journey.
Right.
It is good to stick here if you have a dream about the maximum yield for your farming.
Great. So for the young farmers that we do have with us this morning, umesikia, this conversation is important for you. So please do stick around with us from now until 12 p.m. And we'd also like to hear from you. Kama wewe ni kijana, uko katika sekta ya ukulima, pengine utuambie, do you have agricultural insurance? Utuambie yes, no, ama kama hauko sure, pia unaweza tuambia. And at the same time, as we continue with the conversation, we'd like to hear from you. Kama kuna swali lolote uko nalo kuhusiana na crop and livestock insurance, please feel free to ask those questions. Our expert here will be more than happy to answer and offer as much clarity as possible during this conversation. So please keep those questions and feedback coming through. So tutaanza from the very beginning, from the very top, all right? Kwa sababu kuna watu wengi hawatachukua mambo ya crop and livestock insurance because they don't know about it. So awareness is what we want to create today. So let's just start by understanding. Nikiongelelea mambo ya crop and livestock insurance, explain it to us in simpler meaning. What is that?
Thank you. That's a very good question. Livestock insurance and agricultural insurance. We go first with agricultural insurance, ambayo ni bima ya mazao ama bima ya wakulima. Then the livestock insurance ni bima ya mifugo. A single definition for both is agricultural and livestock insurance is a financial safety net. Ni wavu wa usalama kwa mkulima. So that in case of the risk that have been covered, they occurs, then you do not count losses, but you are compensated by the insurance company as per the risk that were covered.
Right.
To expound it broadly, when it comes to agricultural and livestock insurance, there are risks that are covered. One of the risks that is covered is drought, excessive rainfall. Then we have pests and diseases where applicable. We have theft where specified at the beginning of the policy. We have hailstorms for the areas that may experience hailstorms. We have fire. Fire, we have also, I've talked about theft and the flooding.
All right. So those are some of the risks that are covered. All right. So do we have, when I take an agricultural cover, is it covering all those things that you have mentioned? Ama kuna zile specific, ukichukua crop insurance, these are the automatic ones that are covered first, alafu unaweza ongezea zingine depending on where you are, kwa sababu you've mentioned different kind of risks, so we do want to understand if I'm covered for all those things the moment I take the crop insurance.
For agricultural insurance, you are covered automatically, lightning, flooding, fire, excessive rainfall, droughts. Then the specification is theft. Theft has to be specified in the contract, in the policy document. Ambayo ni ile guideline document inakuonyesha zile riski ambazo ziko covered. It's called policy documents. So it has to specify whether theft is part of coverage from the beginning. Pests and diseases for the crop has also to be specified. And is stated where applicable. When it comes to livestock insurance, it covers accidental death, it covers death from diseases, it covers lightning, flooding, and also it covers theft and has to be specified. Yes.
All right. So kuna zile ambazo ni common risks that are covered automatically. Alafu kuna zile ambazo now they'll have to specify further. Sindio?
Yes.
So let's just take it back again. Do ule mkulima ambaye anatusikiza saizi aelewe. So the common risk umesema ni lightning, right? Umesema kuna floods.
Correct.
Droughts.
Correct.
Fire.
Correct.
That is for agricultural insurance.
And hailstorms.
And hailstorms as well.
Yes.
All right.
And excessive rainfall.
And excessive rainfall, which is floods. Will it fall under floods? No?
There can be excessive rainfall, but not really necessarily floods.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Alafu ukitaka to take it a step further, you can specify for things like theft,
Pests and diseases.
pests and diseases.
Yes.
All right. And in livestock, umesema the ones that are covered automatically ni
Death.
death,
Death as a result of a disease. Accidental death. Lightning. Fire. Theft has to be specified.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, great. So thank you for clarifying that so far. So tuende kwa ule ambaye anatusikiza saizi. Why do young farmers really need to take this very seriously? At least sai ushatueleza what are the risks that are covered by the insurance. So kwa ule mkulima ambaye anasikiza saizi na pengine yeye atasema huku hata kuflooding, huku hakuna excess rainfall, so why should I go and start paying premiums to get an insurance? Niko na imani huku hata mvua inakuanga, sisi ni watu wa western, rain is consistent, tuko sawa, kutakuwa na drought. Why should they take this cover very seriously without assuming kwetu kuko sawa?
Kuna sababu nyingi zenye ambazo zinakuhitaji kuchukua bima ya mazao ama ya livestock. One of them is that hope is not a strategy. Kwa Kiswahili, matumaini sio mikakati. Number 2, most of the young people, the money they use to buy the seedlings, fertilizers and the likes, it may be a savings you have done for a long time that you need to protect. It may be a loan. Number 3, because the insurance will come actually to compensate you and continue with your loan repayment, even if the yield does not match your expectation. That's why you need insurance. Number 3, you have no control of the risk. You cannot control the amount of rainfall. You cannot control the weather changes. You cannot control invasion by pests and diseases. You cannot control accident. We have realized most of the time, we have even seen where airplanes have landed on people's farms. What do you expect when the crops are there? They will be destroyed. So essentially, we are alive to this risk. Since you can't control them, you have to take measures or steps to protect yourself when they occurs. Number 2, you have to protect your dream. I know everything that we do out of a dream. We want to get somewhere. Either this farming, you want it to take you to another place, financial investment. So you have to protect it. Those are the point where you need to take insurance.
All right, great. Thank you so much. And so far tunaendanga pole hapa so that we the young people tuelewe kile expert anasema, si ndio? So far you've helped us understand what we are really talking about when it comes to crop and livestock insurance. It's a safety net ya kuprotect wakulima, na umetuambia the common risks and the unique risks that you have to take a step further if you want to add into your cover. So now let's come down to what types of agricultural insurance are available. Break it down for us one by one, ndo tuelewe the different types that are there.
The first one is yield-based insurance. Hii ni bima ambayo wakati umechukua insurance, umesikizana na insurance company that if the yield expected fall to a certain level or below the expected threshold, then you will be paid. The second one is area-based insurance. Area yield insurance, sorry. Area yield insurance, it means in a particular area or a common locality, there are always standards of what is expected to be harvested. If you plant maize in this area, you should be able to get this basket of maize. If they fall below short, not necessarily your land only, we can make reference to the rest of the farmers in that locality. You will be paid. The second one is weather index insurance. Weather index insurance is where we have the rainfall, the amount of rainfall expected, or rather weather changes in terms of rainfall and temperatures. If they are automatically detected through the available data, through either satellite data or weather forecast, then you are paid as per the agreement. Those are the 3 critical and main agriculture insurance.
What is the main difference between the first and the second? Your kwanza ulisema ni yield-based insurance.
It is based, the yield-based insurance is based on you and your land. The area-based is based on a locality, a green locality. So not necessarily that your land has not produced the expected, but the area has produced lower than expected.
Oh, the area in total.
Yes.
Lakini ile ya kwanza ya yield based
it's about
yangu,
you. Yes.
Mimi amtaenda kucompare na majirani wangu. All right. So that is yield based insurance, kuna area yield insurance na kuna weather index insurance. So ile yenye inakuprotect kama ile ulikuwa umesema ya kwanza, you're being protected from excess rain, floods, drought, lightning, hailstorm. Where does it fall?
Weather.
Oh, so if you have the weather index insurance, ukichukua hiyo bima, what you're being covered for is the floods, excess rainfall, lightning, hailstorm.
Yes.
All right. Lakini in case all these things didn't happen, but mazao yako haikukua, you didn't meet what you wanted, you won't be paid kwa sababu haujachukua either the yield based insurance or the area yield insurance.
The combination of both is where we come what we call multi-peril insurance. The combination of both.
Okay.
Yes.
So do I have to take all of them ama naweza chagua mimi nataka tu weather index insurance ama ni lazima nichukue hiyo na tena nichukue the area yield insurance and the yield based insurance?
Unaweza chagua moja. Kulingana na first you will study your area. the history. What is the likeliness of a claim occurring from each risk? When you realize that what is affected is a single risk from your area, you take one. But when you realize there are multiple perils that you're likely to face, you can combine.
You can combine. All right. So for that farmer who wants to, I want to protect myself kwa sababu huku mambo ya climate change imekuwa, of late, you know, we are talking about climate change, not just in Kenya, but across the world. If you're feeling climate change is your biggest risk, unachukua hii ya weather index insurance.
Exactly.
But what if I want to be protected from the challenges of the weather, but pia nataka kuprotectiwa from things like pests and diseases? Kwa sababu, let's give it a scenario like what is currently happening in Uasin Gishu right now as we speak in Rift Valley in general. Unapata mvua ilipotea. We were expecting a lot of rain during this time. Ikapotea, mahindi imeanza kukauka kwa shamba, and at the same time, wale pest, fall armyworms, wale wa mahindi, they are there. So if I want protection from those two, nichukue hii weather index insurance na nichukue another one for pests.
The weather index insurance, you can have what we call additional benefit under that cover. In insurance, we refer it as extra additional benefit at an extra pay. It will be able to be embedded in the policy. So the wording of the policy will include, apart from weather index insurance, they will include the other extensions.
All right.
Like the pest and diseases. That's why we said where specifically specified, stated in the policy.
All right.
So you will be able to do that at the beginning of the policy, not at the middle, not at the end.
Okay.
Yes.
Nisichukue, if I want the pest cover as well, these are conversations I need to have at the beginning when I'm taking the cover from that particular point.
Correct.
All right. So far we've clarified for agricultural insurance, we have the yield-based insurance, area yield that will compare my yield and what the other community members wamepata pia, and the weather index insurance, which is protecting you from the floods, drought, hailstorm, lightning, sindio.
Yeah.
All right. So, and when it comes to livestock insurance, do we have?
When it comes to livestock insurance, we'll have mortality insurance. Mortality is an insurance that protects your animals against death. May it be death from diseases, may it be death, accidental death. And in fact, there is also emergency slaughter. You know, there can be a condition in a certain area, and the government of the day declares that those animals in those areas must be slaughtered to protect the widespread of the disease. That will also be covered under mortality. So the eventuality is that the animal is either destined to die or has died. And there are different documentation to confirm that.
Right.
The other insurance is daily insurance. Daily insurance covers the mortality and the production.
Right.
Let's say a milk cow that gives you production, you will be covered. In case it dies, you will be covered a certain number of liters of milk that it was supposed to be produced at a specified period.
Right.
The other one is weather livestock index insurance. Livestock index insurance is it's weather patterns, weather changes that will affect the feeds for the cows. The data, the satellite data will be a very critical document of reference when it comes to livestock index insurance, because it talks about the effect as a result of insufficient yield caused by weather patterns.
All right, great. So thank you for clarifying that, and we really see why this awareness was very important. Mimi nilikuwa nadhania cover ni moja inakukava kila kitu, but here you are breaking it down for us, the different types of agricultural insurance covers that are there, and also for livestock. But now I want to read feedback from the question we had asked viewers. Tulikuwa tumewauliza wakulima, do you have agricultural insurance? Naona Wamalo hapa amesema, I have no insurance, just lost 40 of my chicken via theft. What's your guidance? Huyu ameibiwa kuku 40. Tutamguide aje na hana insurance. Thank you so much Wamalwa for your feedback. Brian anasema, no, I don't have, but I'm here to learn. Thank you, Brian. I hope you've learned so far about the different types of agricultural insurance covers that we do have out there. Asante sana Brian for your feedback. Alafu pia tuna Alan ambaye anasema, I have never thought of one. I'm excited to learn. Welcome to class, Alan. You're going to learn so much about agricultural insurance here on our forum today. Alafu Kim anasema sijawahi sikia insurance za agriculture. I'm tuned in to learn. Thank you so much, Kim, for being with us today. Thank you so much for your feedback. Please keep them coming and also ask any question that you do want to know about when it comes to insurance. So kama ule ambaye amesema Wamalu alikuwa amesema I have 40 chicken ambao waliibiwa but sina insurance. How different would the scenario be just in case they had taken insurance, na yake ni chicken, so is it covered under livestock? Unajua mtu akisikia livestock anasikia ng'ombe and sheep and goats, so is there a poultry cover, aquaculture, wale ambao wako kwa nyuki, is there apiculture, so horses? So in case the scenario was different, Wamalwa had insurance na ameibiwa 40 chicken, how different would the scenario have been?
Well, that's a very good question, and is an example that tells the risk assist by the fact that our viewers are testifying to have lost 40 chickens, which is a huge investment. Imagine this scenario. Wamalwa did not have an insurance. The capital was a loan from a financial institutions, or whichever way he had gotten the loan. The chicken are gone. The loan is still on Wamalwa. But if you had insurance, poultry insurance to be specific, and the theft was clearly stated and specified in the contract. Wamalwa will just notify the claim to the insurance company, fill the claim form, and get paid as per the amount we had stated at the commencement of the policy for the value of each chicken. Wamalwa goes back to business, clears the loan, and start again with his business. He protects his investment.
So how do you verify that kuliibiwa kuku? Kwa sababu pia najua nyinyi wale ambao mnapeana insurance, there's some work mtafanya hapo. Si ati ataenda claim leo, apewe leo. There's some work in there, si ndio? So how will you verify kama ni kuibua chicken waliibiwa? How do you verify hii region kweli kulikuwa na drought? Ndo kwa maana mimea haijafanya vizuri, kulichomeka. So how do you do your due diligence to ensure that those risks that we'll claim for actually did happen?
Well, in insurance, there is what we call disclosure of material fact. Usemwa wa ukweli halisi wa vitu ambazo unainsure, na hauhitajiki kuhusika in any way kufanya hizo riski kuoka ama kutokea. Kwa mfano, unaweza stage manage a theft for your chickens is not covered. So at the initial placement of the cover, the insurance expert or the kampuni ya bima inaweza tembelea shamba lako ambalo umefunga kuku. They will have verified the kuku exists at that point. Also, they will get a statement from you on how the theft occurred. They will see what you have done to protect. When they came to visit, they will see what you have done to protect that occurrence. That is what we call steps you take to minimize the losses. So at that point, of course, we do not expect the person who came to steal your chicken just walked in with a key and opened the padlock to access the chickens. There must have breakages. There must have signs.
Signs of force.
Yes, signs all over to show that the person actually stole the chicken from your place. Of course, you can't say that you lost 2,000 chicken on a theft. There is also logic. There is also logic. How many people will carry 2,000 chickens? Probably did they come with a truck? We can see the trail. So essentially, how you present the claim, if it was actually stolen, it will naturally flow. If the insurance picks the inconsistency in your statement about theft, they will go to the next step, appoint an investigator. An investigator will reach out to you, ask a number of documents. One of them is your call logs. One of them is your M-Pesa statement. Probably you sold your chickens within that period and you were paid. They will have to find all manner of things. Investigators have their own ways of finding out. They will write a report to the insurance company. From the report and the insurance own finding and experience in that area, they will come into a conclusion that will communicate to you. When it comes to weather changes, we have satellite data. We have weather forecast from the weatherman. So actually we will have that data to verify your claim. So the process of verification will involve government agency to get those data. So if you say there was fire in, let's say, in Nakuru, huge fires affecting land will actually be reported and recorded at the nearest police station.
Okay.
Those data will be come along in determining whether you are actual in either verifying or either confirming your claim as true,
right,
or not admitting your claim.
Right. So hapo kwa theft, you've said even you as a farmer, you must have tried to protect yourself from such occurrences happening. So I'm understanding at least to make a fence, ulifungia your animals vizuri so that you can be able to prove there was some force here trying to get in. So what happens to free range farmers? Wale ambao mi kuku wangu ni free range, wanaenda nje, kuku kienyeji, watu wa sheep and goats, tunawachanga huko wakatafute chakula alafu wanajuanga njia to come back home. So huko hakuna fence, hakuna anywhere I can say there was force. If I come and claim that my sheep, 50 of them, were stolen when they were away grazing, do you have specification? We prefer wale ambao they have enclosed spaces for their animals, or what happens to free range farmers?
Well, in insurance, we don't insure negligence. Because if you release your animals just to roam around, what does that mean?
They're not roaming, they're feeding.
Around.
Yes.
Which means you are having only one person protecting the animals in the field.
Yeah.
If they are invaded and stolen, basically we insure zero grazing.
Okay. So for livestock, you prefer zero grazing. All right, great. Thank you for clarifying that, and also for clarifying your drought. You have enough data or floods. Sitakuja niseme ni shamba kwangu pekee nilipata drought and you feel like you will be compensated. So what happens to also people who live close to protected areas, because that is becoming now a common scenario. Ukienda Kajiado watakwambia oh, elephant alikuwa hapa jana. Ukienda Nanyuki watakwambia the same thing. Ukienda Meru, Isiolo, because of Meru National Park, they're always complaining about elephants. Wameka fence, elephant has taken it down. So what kind of extra cover should such a person take? Because now the risk in that area is wildlife.
Once when you propose a risk that you want to be covered, when it comes to agriculture and livestock, the insurance experts, most likely, almost sure it, they will visit your land. Sorry, and when they visit your land, they will determine the risks that are faced. One, when you go to protected areas, they always say there are a certain radius where you're not be able to live, either to live near that place, or to farm at that area. So one, the insurance that do not cover an illegality.
Yes.
If the law states the radius that you should not be able to encroach, and you do it, then that will not be payable, irrespective of the insurance that you have.
Okay.
But when the insurance expert visits the site and assesses the risk that you face, they will be able to price it accordingly and give you the premium. So it's all about how you start the policy.
All right.
So it will be covered.
All right, great. So let's talk about also another unfortunate circumstance. Kama unakuta kuna ile locust. There was a time there was just so many locusts and they invaded farms and they destroyed. Hiyo ni ile inafanyika a pandemic once in a while. All right. So how should I protect myself against that? Kwa sababu si kitu naweza sema locust will come this September. So how does it work? It's an unfortunate circumstance that happens once in a period of time, but you also just want to stay safe because it has happened here before as much as it was many years ago. How do you handle pandemics such as those?
First, pandemic is one of the exclusions in the insurance policy. But remember, we talked about pests and diseases specified. So if pandemic is an attack in a wide, large area, like COVID, like what we heard about locust invasion. So in this case, if it was specified in the policy and it does not affect a large area, like half of Kenya, like a quarter of Kenya, for instance, in terms of land, which is relative definition, you will be paid. But if the policy never specified you're being covered against pests and diseases, it will not be payable.
Right.
That is where we get the difference.
Right.
Is how the wording of the policy document was framed at the commencement of the policy.
Right. So what if I indicate, I'm very particular, yes, pests and diseases covered, everything is indicated to the latter, but then the infestation is half of Kenya.
that is declared under pandemic.
Okay, all right. Thank you for clarifying that. And what level of pest infestation do you actually compensate? Kwa sababu naweza kuwa na shamba ya mahindi alafu fall armyworms, okay? I'll go back to fall armyworms for maize because that's the biggest headache. They maybe infest 20% of the farm, kwingine ni 50%, kwingine ni 10%, kwingine ni 100%. So hata kama ni 5%, will you compensate that? Ama kuna ile mtasema to a certain extent ndo tutakucompensate?
Well, when you are placing the cover, there is determination of sum insured. Ama value yield expected from your land. So in that case, a loss adjuster, huyu ni mtaalamu ambaye atakuwa appointed na insurance company kukutembelea kwa shamba lako, assess the level of loss, put a percentage in it. So the percentage will be calculated from the sum insured when the policy started. So you will be compensated as per the value that you arrive at. If you had yield insurance, for instance, and pests have invaded your land, it means we will look at what you were expecting. Maybe you were expecting to kuvuna mahindi ngunia 1,000 ambazo value yake vile muliandika ni 1,200 na kwa sasa umevuna mahindi 1,000 ama 800 na value yake ni 1,160. So we will take the extra, we'll pay you the 40,000 that remains.
And that then means if I take the yield based insurance, kama niko na hii, si lazima nichukue the extra for pest. Because my yield can go down because of pest.
Correct.
So I don't have to take the two?
Yes.
Oh, good. I'm happy about that one. I was so worried. Do I need to have all of this? Great. All right, so let's go back to our online community. Tuone wanasema nini, maswali yao ni gani kuhusiana na mambo ya crop and livestock insurance. We are all learning this together, me included, me being a farmer. After this, I have to get a cover. So Wamalo pale tena nauliza, I have several cows. Do I qualify for a loan to expand and the average cost of taking insurance? Wamalo amesema yeye akona several cows. Do they qualify for a loan and the costs ni what's the average cost? Alafu Mirenja anauliza, in school we were taught that insurance doesn't cover catastrophic risks. Now I am confused. I hope you can help clarify that. Anza kufikiria catastrophic risks hizo ni gani, alafu tuambie. Alafu Teddy pia anauliza, is there a waiting period after I buy the policy during which I can't make a claim if my flock gets sick? All right, is insurance effective immediately or kuna period ya kungoja? Eric na anauliza, I have a few acres of land that I have planted sugarcane lakini zinaibiwa sana. What insurance should I get? Thank you so much, Eric, for your question as well. All right, so we are going to answer that set of questions. Wamalo pale alikuwa ameuliza swali yake, akona several cows. Do they qualify for a loan and the average cost of taking insurance? Kwanza tuanze hapo kwa do they qualify? Ni lazima niwe na ng'ombe wengi ama mbuzi wengi ama hata tule wangu mmoja, hata kama ni ndama, bora niko na mnyama naweza chukua loan?
Kwanza, very many financial institutions and other corporate world bodies, they will want us to feed the world. So they have come together, come up with a product for agricultural, or for farmers in terms of a loan. Therefore, yes, you will qualify to get a loan. They will assess your ability to pay the loan, visit your farm, and how you go about it. They come up with the amount you can get as a loan.
All right.
And they will also require you to insure those livestock.
Okay.
Because in essence, they are serving like a security.
Yes.
For the loan.
All right.
Yes, you will qualify and you will do a livestock insurance on them.
All right. So Wamalo 100% you qualify for a loan, lakini pia alikuwa ameendelea kwa kuuliza average cost, averagely kwa mtu kama yeye ambaye akona several cows, tumpatie kama ng'ombe 5 wa maziwa, for example.
Assuming that the 5 cows, the 5 cows each is valued at 100,000 by a vet, a qualified vet. And a qualified vet, it means is registered by Veterinary Society of Kenya, has met all the qualification of being described as a vet as per the relevant conditions.
Your vet or their vet? Will you work with my vet or you'll come with yours?
We are willing to work with either.
Oh, okay. All right.
The vet that is properly registered.
Okay.
Properly recognized or from our vet. Some insurance companies will have a vet panel.
Okay.
Others will write to your vet. And if they doubt, they can get another one on board to verify. So in this case, for him, with 5 dead cows, each worth 100,000, so that's 500,000.
Yes.
We'll do a rate of maybe 4%.
Okay.
To cover the mortality and production of the milk. So what is 4% of 500,000? That is 20,000.
I don't know. Hebu fanya haraka haraka.
That is 20,000.
20,000. Okay. No.
200,000. No.
Kai keke mwalimu wa maths kujia
20
school fees yote. Umesema 500,000?
Yes, 500,000. 4% of 500,000 is 20,000.
20. Ni hiyo. Fanya hiyo maths wa Malwa. Okay. So asante kwa
that's the premium, that's the minimum premium Wamalwa would pay for a livestock insurance.
All right. Okay. At least Wamalwa tumekupatia hiyo jibu. That's how they'll calculate the average cost for insurance. Kuna mwingine alikuwa ameuliza mambo ya catastrophic risks. Yeye aliambiwa akiwa shule insurance doesn't cover catastrophe. Sasa amechanganyikiwa. Tafadhali tunaomba uchanganywe Mirenja, tumemchanganya.
I agree. Yes. Catastrophic risks are not covered. You see, like earthquake affecting large area simply because of the enormous losses that can occur from the catastrophe. It's the same as pandemic. It's defined in the same framework in terms of the area affected and the number of people affected. It's also an exclusion.
All right, great. Thank you so much. Ndio hiyo umeelewa. Hebu kwanza breakdown, what are these catastrophic risks? Just in case kuna mtu amekujoin hapa saizi, what could they be? Examples?
They will be defined as per the size of the area affected. When you have the policy at the beginning, you will be told the criteria for qualifying for a catastrophic risk. One of them is earthquake. One of them is excessive. You know, even flooding can be very excessive to an extent that an insurer cannot be able to pay. But most of the time, government comes into support because the insurance, what they do, they supplement the government initiatives to be able to ensure that citizenry are well taken care of in terms of these circumstances. So earthquake is one of the examples.
All right. And insurance doesn't take care of such catastrophes.
Yes.
All right. I hope Mirenja tumekusaidia, you're now not confused. Kuna ule alikuwa amesema kuna shamba ya miwa na inaibiwa sana, achukue insurance policy gani ya miwa yake ambayo inaibiwa sana?
Well, it also falls under crop insurance, but theft must be specified as covered.
All right.
In the policy documents.
All right.
Yes.
So Eric, please take the agricultural insurance cover, but specify theft.
Yes.
Because it's a unique risk in your area. Sindio?
Yes.
All right. Kuna ule mwingine pia alikuwa ameuliza hiyo period ya waiting time. Once you get the insurance, is there a waiting period after I buy the policy during which I can't make a claim if my flock gets sick? That was a question from Teddy.
For livestock insurance, there is waiting period, which varies from insurer to insurer. Most likely 3 months, 6 months. But within that period, your accidental death is covered because accident cannot be predictable. Insurance basically is based on ajali, kitu ambayo hauna control. Zile risks ambazo zitatokea bila wewe kujua. But natural death, you would be aware that your animals are sick, then you go take the policy. So that is why you will find that the insurance will tell you, we will cover natural death after this waiting period, 3 or 6 months.
6 months.
Yes.
But what can be covered without waiting for the 3 to 6 months is
accidental death.
Accidental death. All right. Thank you for clarifying that. And in crops, is there a waiting time? Nikienda kuchukua policy yangu leo, naanza kukulima leo. Is the cover effective immediately ama it's effective after a period of time?
The crop insurance, once you identify the crop you want to be insured, the expert from the insurance company will visit your land. They will ask you for GPR location and the likes. They don't have to tell you when they are coming. They will come, see how you have prepared the seedlings. It will either be, you can actually get an insurance for the seedling from the day you are germinating, but it has to be stated in the policy that poor germination is covered. If it is not, then this policy will start after the seeds have germinated. And the germination has to be clearly specified that they will germinate after a week or 2.
True.
That is when the insurance take effect. And also that insurance will expire once you harvest the crop.
What if there was poor germination and I have something that has germinated, but equal to will you insure that which survived and made it through, ama utaona we he already shaanza kuonyesha signs of failure in 2 weeks, where would we come in?
With poor germination and having been clearly stated in the policy that you will be compensated, there is a value that was agreed that if the 80% of the crop germinate properly, you will be compensated 20% of the value agreed. What has germinated will proceed up to harvesting. Also will still be under the cover.
Okay.
Yes.
And what if I hadn't indicated anything about germination?
Of course, that will not be covered and will be an exclusion. That's why I said it has to be specified in the policy.
All right.
If we are covering poor germination.
All right. So if you're taking the agricultural cover, you have to specify kama uko seedling stage, germination stage, all that needs to be indicated. Don't assume just because I'm farming crops, I expect the insurance company to know germination happens and it could fail or not fail or work.
Correct.
So I have to specify everything.
Yes.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that as well. So now let's go down to how much does agricultural insurance actually cost? Rough estimates.
Agricultural insurance is not expensive. We are given an example of 500,000 worth of cows, you paying 20,000 premium. So if you look at the loss versus what you would be compensated versus the premium ama under ya bima, ni afadhali kulipa under ya bima, kwa sababu janga ambalo utakumbana nalo kwa maisha lita wipe out your investment.
Right.
So the premium payable is arrived at depending on the nature of your crops or the livestock, the location, and the history of loss in that area.
Right.
So you will be realize that sometimes what is paid is very little compared to what you can lose if you do not have what? Insurance. So insurance is not actually expensive. It all depends with what you're insuring. Remember, it's a percentage of the volumes of what you're insuring. And also the history, the locality, and many other factors. The data available about those risks in those certain areas will guide into prudent, what we call prudent underwriting.
Right.
Ama mizani ambayo itasaidia kuangalia ni handa gani ya bima ambayo utakaolipa. But ukiangalia kwa makini, it is very little compared to what you can lose if that risk occurs.
Yeah. So how is it paid? Is it monthly? Is it annually? Is it seasonal? I mean,
insurance is one-off payments. It's a one-off payment for livestock insurance, for agriculture insurance. The premium arrived up is a certain figure. Let's say 20,000. You're required to pay for the policy to commence.
And if I'm continuing, kama nimelipa 20, if I have livestock and I pay, we agree, and I'm paying 20,000, that's the premium. Nikilipa mara moja and I'm continuing with it. The next time I'm paying it is after how long?
Annually. The policy for livestock is an annual policy. It will start like today is the end of July.
Yes.
Your policy kicks in today, will expire the following year, 1 day earlier. That means 2nd of July 2027. If the premium that you paid was 20,000, the insurer or the expert will review the losses you have had within that 1 year. Sometimes they may decide to increase the premium a bit or give you a discount. So it can either be more or less. Depending on how, if you have hand losses. Also, remember your farm, your livestock would be growing. So if your livestock has increased in value, you will be able to be endorsing ama kuongeza hiyo ng'ombe mpya ambayo imepatikana katika cover.
Right. So that's after a year.
Yes.
So you said if we get into an agreement today, the 3rd of July, it will expire 2nd July 2027, and then you have a fresh cover which you'll pay at that time. So what happens for crops?
Crop insurance is not based on annual. It is based on the period that you are expected to grow and harvest your crop.
Okay, so kama mimi ni wa waru 3 to 4 months.
So after harvesting the waru, the policy is expired.
So does it end after harvesting? Does the policy end kwa harvesting ama hadi nipate soko niuze?
The policy end after harvesting.
Okay.
Yes.
Mambo ya soko kutransport huko amuko, hizo ni cover zingine.
Actually, exclusions is one of the market pricing that we don't cover.
Okay. All right. So you start with us from planting. Na huyo ni kwa ule mtu alispecify germination sawa. Kama huku specify germination, munanzia after germination to harvesting. That's when
And in fact, the insurance expert will be visiting your farm quite often. to see you have adhered to the scientific recommendation, number one. Number two, that you are doing the right thing concerning that particular crop. So it will not be a one-off thing that they will come today and then you proceed. We will walk the journey.
At least tell me when you're coming, nikuje. We are telephone farmers, some of us. Shamba iko na huko na nyuki na tuko Nairobi. Sasa ukuja.
When you are placing the cover, one of the things that you state is the location of the land. You verify the ownership, or if you have leased, you verify that you have leased, you share those documentation. So it's not a must that the insurance expert will be telling when they are coming around. They will still be going, visiting a number of farmers they have insured in those areas, and checking whether you are adhering to the recommendations for that particular crop.
All right. So who can get agricultural insurance? Who is eligible for it? What does it take for you to get this agricultural insurance?
Agricultural insurance and livestock is eligible for anyone, any farmer, from small scale to large scale farmers. Because when the risk occurs, they do not go to the large or to the small. Everybody faces the same risk. What you require to place an insurance, for instance, for livestock is animals. From cows to pigs to goats to chickens, the poultry, even pets that you have around. Some of us we have seen we're rearing pets, they will be insured. So you require only to have those. When it comes to animals, there will be a vaccination report. You need to be vaccinating your animals as per the recommended standards. You will share that history. In fact, when you're doing insurance for livestock or agriculture, history keeping is one of the critical things that you will have. Even when the insurance expert visits your place, is just to build up history about your harvesting, about and the likes and how you're doing it. So you will have that history. For animals, you will have vaccination certificate. You will have valuation done by a qualified vet. A price tag for an animal is determined by the expert in the field, and in this case is vet. For agricultural insurance, you will need to have a land, either leased and document that you can verify you are the leasee for this land, or
is there a particular size
or a title. A size, an acre will be good.
From an acre
above.
Watu wa kitchen garden? Ukulima mjini mmekataa?
A very good question. I know. We are trying to supplement our kitchen, but mostly is very small because the premium charge is very small versus the cost of evaluating the loss when it occurs. So we would prefer majority in the industry to go with 1 acre.
The 1 acre. All right. So watu wa kitchen garden tumambua tujaribu tusukume hadi 1 acre. All right. No problem. So for farming, for crops, at least 1 acre. Any other thing that you require?
Yes, an acre, and document of ownership, proof of ownership or lease. You must have them. Those are the critical ones.
Right. Would they require to know if your previous seasons or you've been farming for a longer time? If I'm starting, this is my very first time, would they be a bit skeptical kwa sababu huyu ni mtu mambo ya ukulima hajui sana, so anaweza bunt round 1, si tumwache season ya pili ndo tuanze kumpatia hizi covers?
No, the insurer will just price the risk prudently.
Okay.
They will look at the history. History, they will look at it.
Right.
They will look at the available data of weather patterns in the area. They will actually look at the soil topography. They will stand it and the crop that you want to grow. So that will be the determinant of the premium payable. Meaning, you can be doing crop in Rift Valley and another one doing it in Central, but the same size of land, but the premium is different. Because of the risk that are likely to occur. So the insurer will do all this and cover you.
Right. So what you're telling the young people, usiogope, hata kama ni mara yako ya kwanza, you can still get agricultural insurance.
Exactly.
Si lazima tukuwe umelima for a while ama you have acres and acres of land. Just from 1 acre ukianza, you can get the insurance. Ndio?
Correct.
Are there unique crops ambazo mta avoid, or you will take anything just as long as mume assess? Unajua kuna zile our common crops, maize, beans, sugarcane. Mwingine ameamua yeye anataka kupanda okra. Vitu kama hizo, those ma eggplants, just some unique things. Do those raise a bit of eyebrows? Ama nyinyi mko sawa tu, whatever you want to grow, hata kama watu wengine hawaijui, you will go with it?
Everything is insurable.
Okay.
Any risk is insurable.
All right.
What the insurer will do, those visit, those inspections or verifications, it will determine the premium you will pay.
Right.
Are you meeting the recommended threshold
Right.
on this particular crop? So actually, everything is
Insurable.
What it determines is your ability to pay premium.
Premiums. All right. What are nyuki? Are they covered?
Nyuki is very rare to most extent for the coverage. Nevertheless, I said everything is insurable. Bring the proposal on board. The insurance expert will visit, determine you don't lose anything by saying you are farming nyuki. So you will be able to be covered. I don't think there is anywhere that the insurer will tell you no, unless if you can't meet the recommended standards.
Lakini huko kwa nyuki sinaona mwezi enda tu impromptu. Mkiumwa na nyuki huko.
They are experts. They are experts.
All right, so let's look at some of the questions that we have from our online community. Alafu utatuambia after this what is not covered. What are those exclusions? Indio. So for now, let's look at what our young people are saying online. Remember, we said we really want to hear from you as much as possible. Kwagmaya anasema, what about farming tools na structures? Oh, very good questions. Kama greenhouses, are they covered and the rates? Siku hizi tunafanya mambo ya climate smart agriculture. We are putting up greenhouses. Do you cover for such? Thank you so much for that question. That's a very good one. Here, let's look at another question from our young people online. Korira nasema, is there a minimum or maximum number of animals required before a farmer can obtain insurance? Umejibu hiyo, lakini I will allow you to emphasize. Pengine ndo ame to join sahizi. Thank you, Korir, for your question. And then we're going to take one more before you answer the set as is. We are very grateful for your questions and feedback online. Helen anauliza, can farmers access insurance through cooperatives or farmers groups? Great. Tuanze, greenhouses. Technology. Watu wanaeka greenhouses and smart agriculture technologies. Do you cover for such?
Under the breakdown of insurance, from the three that I stated, you can go further and get what we call farm equipment insurance. Any equipment that is being used in the farming can be covered. The determinant of how the premium will be arrived at, it will depend on how this equipment can be affected. Let's say if there is fire, the insurer will check if there is fire, will this equipment be destroyed to totality? They will determine the premium. If there is fire and this equipment there is something to be saved, they will determine the premium that is lower than where we are likely to face a total damage of the particular equipment. So the equipment are ranging from huge to even tractors in large-scale farmers that are sticking the land, the harvesters. Those all will be covered under agricultural equipment insurance.
So what if I take the weather index insurance? So ilikuwa inani protect from weather changes and all that. And then I have a greenhouse and then there were strong winds. You can even verify, the winds and the rain, when they come together, they can blow out a section of your greenhouse. All right. So the crops get damaged, of course, because now the greenhouse is destroyed and my greenhouse is destroyed as well. So when you're paying for that, you won't cover for my, kama sikuchukua hiyo ya equipment, you'll only cover the crops and not pay me for my greenhouse.
Exactly.
Kai, si zote zimeharibiwa na weather.
That is why I talked about the history and the specification of the laws or the expected laws. So in this case, you'll do the crop insurance and they do the greenhouse insurance. Okay.
Kwagmaya umesikia. Please, what I'm learning from you is when you're doing agricultural insurance, right until the last thing. Don't assume.
Even a full stop.
Even a comma, every underline, do everything, because you people, I can be very confused and avoid certain things. Okay, sawa. So, Kwagmaya, make sure you specify technology in your farm if you want it covered. But the answer is yes, they do. All right. Tulikuwa pia na swali nyingine. Let's look. Is there a minimum, maximum number of animals?
Not really. We can cover a single animal, a single cow.
Right.
We will cover it.
Right. Swali nyingine ilikuwa ya cooperatives. Can farmers get their insurance from cooperatives or farmers groups?
That is brilliant. In fact, cooperatives and farmers groups, you will enjoy the monopoly, you will enjoy the large scale discount. Because when you have huge livestock or farming, quite big chunks of lands, the insurer tend to give a discount.
Right.
So that is fantastic. In fact, that's the best way to move.
All right, Helen, that's an absolute yes. Go ahead and try access your insurance through your cooperative society. Tuko na tour pale, anasema the training is very educative and enriching. Thank you so much. We are happy to hear that feedback. Tuambie, what is not covered? What is not covered? Tuambia how to get the cover, but what is not covered? What are the exclusions?
Negligence is not covered. Improper farming, not following the instructions that you are supposed to have done. Anything else that is stated as an exclusion, pandemic, catastrophic, is not covered. Also, market prices are not covered. Also, the destruction of your goods as you move from the farm to the market are not covered, or to the consumer, the final consumers. And in the policy document, itakuwa exactly stated as an exclusion. Anything else that is stated there as an exclusion will not be covered. If poor germination is stated as an exclusion, will not be covered.
All right.
If theft is stated as an exclusion, will not be covered.
All right. So let's talk about now how claims work. All right. Once something happens in the farm, whether it's the flood or the drought, it happens, you've verified. What is the process? Huyu kijana mdogo ule mkulima, what will they present? What is the process in there until they are compensated?
Once you notice the losses, you notify the insurer ama kampuni ya bima ambayo umechukua insurance yako kule, you notify them within shortest time possible, less than 24 hours. Depending on the nature of loss, some nature of loss will require a police report, like theft. What it means is that you took a step to go to the police to recover your goods. So you have tried to minimize the loss. So you will have to report to the insurer and the police station, the nearest police station as well. Once you do that notification, you will fill a claim form. A claim form is a form that you will fill the amount you are claiming or the nature of loss and the circumstance it was lost.
Who gives you the claim form?
The insurance company.
Okay. Then
after that, the insurance company, and you will provide all other documentation required, which will be different from one claim to the next. The insurance will send what we call a loss adjuster. If they send a loss adjuster, those are ambao watahalamu watakuja kwa shamba lako kuangalia vile ilipotea ama vile risk iliyokaa, vile ili affect mazao yako ambayo ulikuwa una expect, and they estimate the value to compensate you. They will write a report and take it to the insurance company. Thereafter, the insurance company will give what they call an offer. If you are acceptable to the amount they're indicating, that is what is written on the offer, you will sign the offer and return it to the insurance company. They will process your claim.
Okay.
If the investigator comes, the loss adjuster comes and find the inconsistency in your statement and the actual things on the ground, they will appoint an investigator.
Okay. Okay.
Or the same loss adjusters will proceed to do further proof into the loss.
All right.
The report will determine the admissibility or inadmissibility of the claim.
All right. What if there's no need for an investigator? Mimi ni mtu muungwana, kila kitu imeenda as per what I said, imeambatana, sijafanya ukora. We are young people, we are trying to do right. Hii claim process inaweza chukua kama muda gani?
Between the reporting of the claim and the cooperation between yourself, because each claim is handled differently, we may not have a specific time frame. But from my history of practice, we have had a claim paid within 21 days.
Right.
Because it requires an investigator come to the field, collect all those data, put them together and send to the insurance company.
Right. Is there room for negotiation in case nikata ile offer yenyu?
Of course, yes, we are open. If you have additional evidence to show why we should be able to offer you more than this, the doors are open.
Right.
Remember, our interest is to return you to the actual position you were before the risk occurred.
All right, thank you so much. So now they want to know how to get started. You've convinced us. We now see why we need the agricultural cover and livestock insurance. So where do we get started? Where do we go? How do we go about it?
You can visit various insurance companies in Kenya, their offices. You can visit banks like Co-operative Bank with 180 branches network countrywide and expert in insurance. They will guide you on the next steps.
Okay.
But for now, you can know that you need to identify the crop, present the type of the crop to those experts. The rest of the processes will flow. automatically.
All
And
right.
you'll be able to place the cover. So you need, the first step you need to take, identify your nearest insurance expert.
All right. And just as we wrap up, siku hizi utapata kwa sababu ya land, we are doing a lot of mixed farming. So I could have an acre of land, but an eighth nimeweka eggplants, another eighth nimeweka carrot, another one nimeweka cabbage. So for such a scenario where it's 1 acre but it's subdivided into so many other things, will you insure my many subdivisions ama it's the acre? Everything there.
We will insure the acre, but specify each crop. In the policy, we will specify each crop, and what is covered under each crop will be specified.
All right, great. So I'm going to give you 30 seconds to speak to the young people heart to heart. Tell them something. Waache na kitu kutoka kwako.
The data in 2019, there was excessive rainfall that affected so much land in Kenya. The claims recorded are around 409,000. The amount paid progressively was 217 million Kenya shillings. What if those farmers did not have agricultural insurance? You can imagine the losses. Looking around from 2019, 2016, the joint venture between the government of Kenya and the insurance industry, the private practice, they have paid livestock insurance that is based on weather index insurance to a tune of 1.2 billion to the livestock farmers. Imagine if they did not have the insurance. The premium paid for that effect was 1.1 billion. An extra 100 million was paid because of enormous losses. So what I'm telling young people, as you go to agricultural or livestock farming, make sure you safeguard your dream. It is never right to say, I wish I knew. Get prepared for any eventuality because the risks are beyond our control.
All right. Thank you so much, Chris. I don't think I should say anything after that. You have given us a powerful wrap-up, and we are very grateful. Thank you so much for your time. You've really broken down for us agricultural insurance and livestock insurance very properly. We now get it, and we promise we will do our best to be smart farmers. So, all right, to our young farmers, thank you so much for being with us today. We do hope you've learned a thing or two about the importance of agricultural insurance and livestock insurance. Tuache kukua watu wa crossing my fingers akutanyesha sana, and just be prepared in case it rains too much or it doesn't rain or you get pests or theft. Moving forward, let us be smart farmers. Thank you so much for watching. In case you know a farmer somewhere ameshikana saizi yako mahali kwa shamba haja watch hii forum ya leo, please let them know it's up already on our socials. Co-operative Kenya, waende kwa our social media platforms, they'll be able to catch the conversation so that all of us can be smart young farmers moving forward. Always a pleasure being here with you every Friday. We see you again next week on Friday with another fire conversation. Until then, have yourselves a fantastic weekend. My name is Violeta Ngena. Goodbye.